Good morning, everybody. It's 8:32 here in close to the west. I'm in the west, but I'm not in the far west. I'm living on the American continent now. Good morning to you. It's 7:32 there in Cali and Oregon and Washington, and 8:33 here in Mountain Time Zone, and if you don't know where you're at, figure it out. Sergeant Slaughter told me to say that, huh? Yo. Yeah, I don't know who Sergeant Slaughter is. I think that was a wrestler, right? Wasn't he Sergeant Slaughter or something? Just maybe battling my battery. I just wanted to buy a new one. Saving for a new car. Grumble sounds. Oh? Yeah. Hey! Where am I? 42 is back in the house, man. Been missing my 42, tell you. Yeah. I don't know. I got this big old smile. You know, it's like a brown basketball with a big old smile on it. That's what I see or baseball, whatever. Because he's tan. The boy's tan, at least in the summertime. This big old smile, 60-inch shoulders. Because he's a big boy. He's a little shorter than I am, but he's a big boy. He's got some shoulders on that boy. And so when I see his name, I think I got that image of him walking up and that big old giant smile. I was like, oh my gosh. It's just good memories, man. Just salud. As I drink a little bit of tea here, hot tea. It's not terribly cold here right now, which, it's 65 thereabouts probably. Maybe a little bit less. I don't know. What's it say? I was hoping you weren't sick there, 42. Starting to worry. 40 degrees. Hey, you can tell I'm getting used to the cold because I say 40, and when it's 40, I say, oh, it feels like 60. Well, in the studio here, it's probably 60. But anyhow, asteroid YR4 update. The odds just increased. Asteroid 24YR4 now has a 2.6 chance of hitting Earth December 22, 2032. Up from 2.2% only a week ago and 1% when it was first discovered last year. I wonder what they're projecting the trajectory to be. Probabilities are based on 368 observations spanning 54 days, growing arc of data, improving our knowledge, asteroids orbit, and so far steadily increasing the odds of a strike. All right. If it comes out of the northwest and it's traveling, wait, let me think. It was there. Yeah, still the same trajectory. Let me think. Okay, on a map. I have to think when in just a minute here while I'm calculating. Ding, 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 ding. The Jeopardy sign, or Jeopardy thing there. Yeah, north. Yeah, come out of the north. If that sucker comes out of the north, then that's the one I saw, and it comes through the atmosphere. I saw it probably back in 2016, but if that's the one I saw, it'll I think it'll hit the ocean out there south of Hawaii. If it does hit, I've seen it go through the atmosphere just above the clouds, and Yeah. And don't know if an earthquake is associated with it, but could be. Because sometimes when you see things, you don't know the timing, and you just kind of put things together and go, oh, that's happening? Okay. Yeah. But anyway, I'll tell you that story someday when it's not recorded, because right now everybody thinks he's weird. I am. I'm hopped up on coffee, man. I'm flying high. Sorry. All that fire, you may not have a tree to hug. There's a 70% chance an asteroid meteor to hit the ocean and not land. Okay. I never thought about it like that, Luke, so that's interesting. Oumuamua really did bring stuff along with it when it crossed the Oort cloud. It's not a spaceship. Oumuamua is not a spaceship, and they're not landing. Oh my God. I mean, think about it, right? Just think about it. Every ship that you see on video and ever hear about, lights are associated with it. Do you actually think somebody has that technology, needs to have running lights? Like a boat? Like a plane? Nah. This is man-made. It's a lot of that stuff is holograms, man. I'm telling you, it's holograms. Just to keep you wondering, because yeah. Anyhow, this is like the blue hat, red hat thing in Ridgecrest. We were talking about it this morning. Yeah, my buddy, neighbor, he lived in the area, Tehachapi there. Yeah. There's no red hats, blue hats, white hats fighting underground in China Lake. And there's no submarines going across underneath North America. You're full of shit. Wipe it out of your brain. Get real. There's a reason most earthquakes happen in the crust. Yeah, in the crust that are no deeper than 10 kilometers. There's a reason. Why do you think? Because the crust isn't that deep. Sometimes we do get them. And if it's happening down below the crust, right? Then it's in the gooey stuff. And if it's below that, then it's magmatic. Magma moving around. Literally, we have to dispel so much crap. You have to use your brain. Like I tell my kids all the time, use your brain. Think about it. My daughter told me the other day, you never admit when you're wrong. I says, whenever am I wrong? Well, I don't know, but you never admit it. It's because I'm mostly right. And if I'm wrong, I'll tell you. Well, I kind of missed that one. Yeah? But when you're mostly right, and what the heck? That was a big truck that went by. Kids, man, I'll tell you. It's like, I've been around, damn near 60 years, and I think I've learned a few things, and I ain't the smartest or sharpest tool in the shed. But I'm in the shed, and I observe plenty. Some of them haven't even made it to the shed yet. Shoot. They're still being hammered out and you know, in the forger, trying to figure out what's what ends up, what ends down. At least I'm a tool in the shed. Oh, you're just a tool then, huh? Oh, yeah. Okay, call me a tool, whatever. Butt sniff. Anyway, solar wind right now is 456. Proton density, 7.28 protons per cubic meter. C1 and a C6 flare in the last 24 hours. Ain't a whole lot. However, there are 3 sunspots that have beta, gamma magnetic fields that harbor enough energy for M flares. Kind of like when we were on yesterday when the M flare happened, right? Let's check it out real quick here. Nah, it's mellowing out. The trend is downward. It's downward, dog. Yeah. You wish. It's a downward dog. Greens from South Italy swarming now. All right, we'll check it out in a minute here, girl. Thank you so much, sister. All right, put it on full screen. Hey. Yeah. Is it cut the boy off? No more coffee? No, I already cut myself off. Yeah. I saw Pam Bondi just bounce in here for a minute. What happened to Pam Bondi? Sanctuary cities dealt another blow. Thank you, Pam Bondi. Defund them suckers. What? Yeah. When you want to break the law, federal law, you get in trouble, right? Yeah. Letitia James is going to find that out. Yeah. Activist judge is going to find that out. Yeah. You'll see. Yeah. Common sense is common sense. Now, I don't know if you're born with it, because I wasn't. I had to learn the hard way. I went to the university. Hard knocks. That's why I got so many dents in my head. The orange line is where we gauge the flares. The orange line. Blue line, I haven't figured out what the hell the blue line and the purple line are doing. There's a red line sometimes too. But the orange line is where we see it. Right now we're at 1500 hours, 1540. We're at C111 right now. All right. And if I do it to 6 hours, you'll see, it's pretty, right? Yeah. If you haven't known, we do have Rabbit Hole on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Last Rabbit Hole I thought was probably one of our better ones. Click on live here, and you'll see the Rabbit Hole here. Only 8 people have seen it. However, 20 people have seen the other one. Right? About Santorini. We've been talking about Santorini, 4 times now, right? Because it's that important. Santorini is a big freaking deal. And, geologically speaking, it's a small little area. However, in the 1600 AD or BC, it blew its snot. Bam! Exploded, right? Massive stuff happened around the world because of it. In 1950, it blew itself up too. That wasn't too long ago. And I think there was a 7.7 not too long ago. Within our, time frame. Canuck would let us know what the date was, and I'll let y'all figure it out what date, because it's out there. I don't know what freaking date it was, but a 7.7. Now we've had several 5s, 1 6, and is it leading up to something? Well, I'm not sure, but watch the updates and the report on Santorini. We were going to talk about the Aussie flood. That's the what's happening down in Australia. I don't think that's happening anymore. So we didn't follow up on that, but in the southeastern portion of Australia, it was northeastern had a lot of floods, and it's summertime, baby. So be aware, California. As we showed also yesterday, there's a possibility of La Nina going out. Whoa, Raggy. This is a weird year. It was a kind of a transition year. El Nino was last year, but La Nina seemed to it didn't really, bite the teeth on the wheel. And it's there, but it's not. And for those up in the super north, they are feeling the cold, but I think you got another 2 weeks to tell whether or not you're going to get any more snow. And it might be an early close of winter for you all up there. But definitely the East Coast, got walloped from this last storms that went through. There is a few others as we look through COD here. Pretty good system coming across the United States right now from Texas all the way into Nebraska. Looks like some pretty serious weather. Dirty. Look at the dirty. Look at the dirty. Lots of cold stuff and lots of snow, sleet, rain. And they don't need it over there in Kentucky. In Harlan County in Kentucky, it was severe. They had over 7 inches of rain and really, 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 really bad flooding. Some of the people are trying to equate it as powerful as the hurricanes that went through North Carolina. That kind of flooding. And if you can, keep your in prayer for those people in Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, because they got pretty walloped. So it is what it is. But Mom made it through, which I'm very happy she made it through. She said she's a little bit soggy, but she's yeah. Anyway, the jet stream is dipped down all the way down into Texas right now. So all that that vortex, it is a vortex. It's a vortex. It's cold, baby. It's cold, and it's dipping all the way down into Texas, and it's moving east, as it normally does. It's moving east, and interesting how the clouds are like this. These well, I'm not going to get into the the special radars that make the clouds do that. Nah. I'll let you all figure that out. You can get into a deep rabbit hole on that, how the next rads do all that stuff, and that's up to you. But if I put it in motion, you'll see a little bit. There's only 24 frames, and you can still see. It came away from me because I'm like right out there, and it's dipping down pretty good. Cali's got some. It's coming into Cali. 42. You're going to get some rain, right, bud? Are they predicting rain? We don't have any rain in our predictive stuff here where I'm at. Of course, I'm probably I'm 150 miles north of that. Whatever happens in 42's neighborhood usually goes to Phoenix, but I'm north of that, so Phoenix and Prescott area. I'm further north. I'm in northern Arizona, but and I'm 3,500 feet up, so that's nope, no rain for days, says my pretty weather lady. Oh yeah, baby. Sorry, I've never met your wife, so I don't mean to say that, old baby. So that's the only pretty girl I know you know. Friday we have 1% rain chance. Yeah, that's it. Oh my God, next Monday is going to be 78 degrees. Woohoo! 40%, 47% humidity though. That's kind of high for me right now. It's going to get to a high of 63, it says. All right. But as we look in the global sectors, we'll go out west here. Check it out. Yeah, this thing's probably going to squeak north. Pacific Northwest has got something, but you can see that dip. And that dip is on the, I would say it's probably moving east. But this little cutoff, oh, this is a high. Oh, that's a high right there, boy. How high are you? I'm not even really. Yeah, see how it kind of rises up? This stuff here is going to pose a problem here in a few days for somebody. Yeah, this is that's that atmospheric river coming out of Hawaii, and it's coming up into Washington, Oregon right now, and probably in another day or so, it'll be in northern Cal. Yeah. Rain coming into February, into March. That's what I thought too, bud. That's kind of why I'm asking 42. 42's got his channels going on, so and yeah. And there's another one behind it. There's another low pressure right there, but this is a high pressure right here. So that's riding up and over, and I just hope. I mean, we've got some nice weather right now. I'm not complaining. It's been freaking brutal cold for us. I'm not sure if that's on record how usually it gets cold, but we didn't get any snow. I mean, the snow was 6,500 feet up, and this winter is super dry, super dry. We kind of had the hottest winter on record, or summer on record. And this is probably one of the driest winters on record. We only have like half an inch a year. So, well, I wouldn't say, I think our last rain was probably May of last year. So we still got a couple of months. And I think the last cold spell is when Luke left last year. So that cold wind, and then after that, gone. It was nice. And we need a couple more to blow the silt out of what we did, and neighbor's yard really just floods into mine. So at least it's going out to the street. That's the main deal. And Luke and I did a very hard work, but it's kind of fun. We bust our tail with 3 days. So yeah, hopefully he comes out. We're gonna have another boys' time. First week of May, last week of April, but I think pretty much the first week of May. Whether or not his honey can come out, we're hopeful, because the ladies can get together and have fun and relax. My lady can take some time off too. She needs it. But it is what it is. Life is what it is, and you got to take that time to recharge your batteries, and it is what it is. So watching this big storm coming into the Pacific Northwest, we should see some. We talked about tremors yesterday. No, that's tsunami. That's tremors. Come on now. So yesterday, you could see, right? Now we did we talked a little bit about it yesterday morning. Why are these vibrations happening? Now, the orientation of North America, this is like a north to south, right? That's not the orientation of our world, right? The Olympic Peninsula up here, let me see. okay? The Olympic Peninsula, this tip in real orientation is like over here where Washington is. So the coast is really out here, right? This part is really over here. The Earth's tilt is 22 degrees, right? So it's substantially over there. So this kind of throws us off on when we're looking, hey, why is that subduction zone right here, which is, they got it here on north, north-south like this. It's not that way, it's this way. And the Pacific Ocean is going that way. No, it's actually going this way. And you can see, well, there it is, right? That's the orientation. But if the orientation of that is there, it's right there, 22 degrees. This would be 338 degrees right there. So it's not, it's the islands aren't, I mean, the Pacific Ocean is not going that direction on the Earth. It's because we have to look at the 22 degree angle of the Earth. Goes into a existential crisis. All right. Feeling lonely? Feeling lonely. Hyperventilation, she says. Ooh. Get your bag, squeeze it tight, breathe, or hold it, whatever. A lot of vibrations happening here in Pacific Northwest. Again, these vibrations aren't very deep. I think if I did this, let me see, download, let me go, CSV download, and desktop here, right? So, boing, then I can open this up. Come on now. All right, there we go. It's a CSV file, right? So depth. Center. Here we go. Some of this is on the continent. Let me do these two. Go that way. This is the location. This is the depth here, right? So I'll go like that. And you can't see that yet, so let me show you. There you go. All right. So look at the depth here in the yellow. 30, 60, 30, 41, 20, right? Most of them are 20. So if I did a format here or sort filter and custom sort, I have to do, what is it, C? Sort on, no. Sort by depth. Here we go. Right? You can see, I just resorted all these. Most of them are 20, right? 20 kilometers, right? And then you'll see it pick up 28, 30, right? 30, 33, and then 40, mid 40s, and then 50s, and then 60s. It is, don't say it. We can see, we can't see it on this map because they don't have it. A lot of these, so let's say I went to, what, if I did scale by magnitude? No. Heat map. There you go. Check that out. Why are we seeing these heat maps? There's 465 epicenters yesterday. Yeah, it's magma. It's down there, right? You're talking 60 kilometers, way down there. And the vibrations are moving around. 30 kilometers, 20 kilometers. The subduction zone starts way out here and it's dived down. This area of the Cascade Range is more steep in its dive down below than up here. This is more shallow up here. This is more steep down here. It's older down here than up there, I think. I might be wrong on that, by the way. It's just that there's a lot more going on down here right now. Magnitude time, color time jet. Normal, red, right? I wanted to do the depth, but they don't have it, so sorry. I don't think there's much heat up in the north. A little bit there by Olympia, right? So vibrations down here. It's one plate going underneath another, vibrating. It could be the actual plate that's sinking down into the mantle, right? That is vibrating because it is more less buoyant than the crust. We live on the crust, everybody, and the crust isn't that thick comparatively. I mean, was it 25,260 or whatever miles around the Earth's circumference? The depth, it's not super deep, but I don't know. What's the depth of the Earth here? Let me check. How far to the core of the Earth? 3,900 miles to the core. Right? 3,900 miles. Ain't that far, right? So, it's interesting, right? Let's see. I think if I open that, this might help you. I think you can see this. Yeah, you can. The crust is about 35 kilometers in depth at its greatest. Then the lithosphere, which is 35 to 100 kilometers. Then the asthenosphere, which is 100 to 700 kilometers. And then the mantle, right? Then the outer core, and then the inner core. The mantle, 700 to 2,900 kilometers, right? Remember, it's only like 3,800 miles, right? So the crust, is just a little, 35 kilometers, right? And we have some of these things that are 60 kilometers. It's in the gooey part. I have a different take on the Terramet, but I have nothing to compare with it to strengthen my take on it. Yeah, Kat, I'm just trying to say what we do know, what we don't know. And then we can say, this is my theory. And if you have a theory, you can put it out there. That's fine. But always kind of preface it, I'm not going to teach you how to communicate, but, yeah. Anyway, we get off of this. What I'm trying to do is try to dispel some of the bullshit out there. Red hat, blue hats out here in the Mojave Desert. Sorry. There's no tunnel. I mean, there are tunnels down there, but there's no submarine going from here to here. Okay? Oh my gosh. Yeah, anyway. And they're not having a war out here in the desert. Underground, red hats, blue hats, white hats, black hats. Remember all that shit when it was happening with Ridgecrest? Yeah. Chinese were invading. Aliens! They're going after the aliens! They need proof! Yeah. I wonder why all that stuff happens, man. Your mind's, run amok. Don't let your mind run amok. Gee. I just found that at 7 planets parade, Arctic cold, major quake storms and storms, gravity well wakes. The planet is heaving. Critical thinking, yes, ma'am. I know you do. That's why I appreciate your point of view, Kat. Sometimes presentation will get me, worked up, but your critical thinking, I do appreciate your ability. And you know this. It's not something new in your life. And mine too. Sometimes I get out there. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Context. Yeah. That's why, these are not earthquakes. These are just vibrations. And heat signature, that's another way to look at it. But it doesn't mean it's getting hot or cold. But some of them, and a majority of them, are below the crust. They're into the mantle in the lithosphere. And the lithosphere is kind of like, the chocolate on a hot chocolate chip cookie. When you pull the cookie apart and you see the gooiness of it and it kind of strings together. Some people don't even know silly putty, pulling it apart. Right? Thank you, Calmness. Nice to see you. Right. Be right back, she says. It's that gooiness. And so most of these earthquakes are supposed to be happening, most vibrations are happening in that gooiness. Well, part of that is if the plate is sinking down in through that gooiness, what's happening? Well, there's gases being released. There's, because it's heating up, right? The deeper you go toward the core, the hotter it gets. And it's only like 500 kilometers thereabouts that the temperature is like 1,000 degrees. So, maybe even less, maybe 100 kilometers. That's like 1,000 degrees. So it's like, it gets hot, man. I know it's well over 160 degrees. 160 degrees when you're like 20 kilometers. Right? So your body is made of mostly water. So what do you think happens to you when you're down 20 kilometers? Yeah, that's right. You boil and you're dead. So, ain't no suit going to help you there. So, these things are happening so down there. So it's a release of gases and stuff, breakdowns of the plate as it sinks, because it's not buoyant. It's very dense. And it's like boiling out the impurities of let's say like when you purify gold, right? You take out the impurities, or silver for that matter, and then it gets more pure. So it's more condensed. Granites will rise to the surface, rhyolite rises to the surface. All that stuff rises up as the plate sinks. And because rhyolite's very buoyant. And rhyolite's like a mixture of conglomerate of bunch of stuff. And depending on how far down there, you get the schists and all the other kind of rocks and stuff like that. I didn't mean to subscribe. That was, I changed my age button to 45. What, you're going to try and be older than you are? Shoot. Girl, your birthday in here, you're only going to be 29. You're only going to be 29, Calmness, so don't even go there. Yeah. That's right, I'm going to go have lunch with a 29-year-old. Yeah, somebody half my age. If I can make it. It's a tough weekend. We'll see. We'll see how it works. So the depth of these vibrations, the depth of these things, I think is something we have to really look at. And why? Well, we have the Blanco fracture zone that continues, and it's the the Mendocino, and they call it the Mendocino plate right here, right from this area, this triangle, like this pizza box or this pizza slice, that's right here. Just because the lines on the page stop, like if I open up USGS, just because the lines on the page stop doesn't mean it stops all the way underneath, right? And the reason I could say that is because you see evidence. If I do the all days, right, you don't see a whole much there, but I do 30 days, right? You can see the vibrations all the way down in here, right? And you can see the angle, right, of these vibrations. Earthquakes happen because there's a reason. They don't happen in a vacuum. I mean, they do, but not that kind of vacuum. So, plate boundaries, like, there's a reason why all these are happening right there along this ridge and not right here. So I think when you're doing a study, you have to ask, why that and not this? So you have to ask that kind of question, and most people don't, because they haven't trained their mind to ask the why not. Why is it happening there versus over here? Well, there, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a reason. And that's the extent, actually, of the Farallon plate, by the way. That's underneath. Yeah. Yeah. All that. That's the extent of the Farallon plate. The other plate is out here. Right? Underneath. Way down there. Is out that way. Okay? And there's some stuff up in here, too. So, yeah. Anyway. Most people don't look at those things, but it's neither here nor there. So, but there is a vibrations happening, and they tell us something. But what do they tell us? Well, they tell us things are going on down there. It's like, hey, all right. So, anyway, back to it here, right? The KP is very low, and just under 4. There's no significant coronal hole, but there are 3 sunspots, 90, 92, and 96. 92 is leaving us. 90 is right here, and 96 is down here. 96 will be over here probably in 3 days, 4 days, be right even with us. So M flares. These 2 are the ones that are busy with M flares, and 92 is. 92, it might launch one as it's leaving us on a western limb, but it looks like it's quieting down. Sometimes they blow their wad and they peter out, and that's it. Hey, there you go. There you go. There's your sign. 2349 potentially hazardous asteroids out there. We already know what one is, but we've talked about that already. Today being the 18th of February, there's one rock. And now that one rock, pretty far out there, some 3 million miles. It's 63 feet across. Now this other rock, this one here, YR4, whatever. Earth impact risk summary. 17 kilometers per second. Yeah. And its diameter is 0.054 kilometers. Pretty big. Yeah, I think it's like 100 foot, something like that. So there's 10 entries. So this is the size of it, right? Yeah. So it's not a very big rock, but 100-foot rock coming and popping us in the chops. You just don't want that. Right? It's a city killer. Class M chance 45%, and Class X is at 10. Geomagnetic storms, it's dropping. The probabilities is dropping down to 20%, and for the mid latitudes and 15% for the upper, right? So looking at Lascaux right now, and there shouldn't be anything really happening, but we can check, based on those other M's that we had. I don't even know if we're going to show anything. Yeah. This is the area of what, 92, 3992. So doesn't look like anything. So if we went to the projection here on 2019, we're already, that's for tomorrow, right? So it hasn't been updated. In just a minute. Apologize, my wife came in. Sorry. Little plasma shot at us. It's just going to graze us. Looks like it's already done that. So there's nothing more. A little bit more coming at us on the side view late in the week. But on the 17th, which was yesterday, was a small. Look at that. Just a little fart in the wind. Didn't affect us. All right. So looking at the sun again at the Lascaux 3, which is a further away, as we see Mercury zipping through. Yeah, we should see the other another one. But if you want to know where Uranus is, you don't know what Uranus is out there. Visibility is Mars in the evening. Yeah, and Venus. Probably not visible for a lot of us. Mercury is coming through the backside of the sun as we look toward it, and there's Mercury, right? So that's what we were watching for. I don't think, well, maybe. Yeah, Venus will come into view, seems like in March, early March, right? And then we'll see them together, right? Middle March, Mercury and Venus. Okay? And Uranus will be past them. So if you're ever looking for it, right? Saturn, I don't know that we'll be able to see when we're looking at it. We might be able to see Saturn and Neptune in the background as we look toward the sun. All right, so we looked at that. Ground manifestations, there isn't any. So be aware. How about some drunk Chinamen out there? Any more drunk Chinamen out there? Not seeing any. For those who don't know what drunk Chinaman is, I picked up on a signal that they didn't want, this is my theory, they didn't want Chinese, didn't want the U.S. to pick up on their radar. So what they do is they tap these buoys, right, as they went by them. And there's a certain signature, always the same signature on each of the buoys. And all the way from here, all the way around. And it was uncanny. You go, dum, 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 and they bang, 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 right? So, a couple weeks apart, and a couple days apart at some. And then all of a sudden it all shut off. It's like, hey, weeks at a time, months, right? So it's not happening. And there's a certain you see, and the signature, if I remember correctly, was something like that. That kind of signature. And which is strange because the other signatures don't look like that. And that'd always be the same signature on all those buoys. So that's where I got the drunk Chinaman, banging away. It could have been the U.S. Hey, I know how to tell where we're at. And so somebody was listening. Yeah. Say the word China and it's a buzzword and the whole internet goes, whoop. And now you got to watch out now. I'm no threat. I say it, I'm no threat. There you go. My boy, he's right on time. On this day in history, Tajikistan, 1911. Russia. Can you believe that's Russia? Nah, come on. I mean, Russians hate these people. Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and all them. Yeah, Kabul and Afghanistan. Kazmiristan, Kazakhstan, the Kazakhs. Yeah, the slopes, But anyway, the Mongols. Yeah. But anyway, on this day in history, 7.4. 90 people were killed. A gigantic landslides blocked the Batang River, destroying Usoy and several other villages in a sparsely populated area. Created the Suarez Lake, or Ceres, however you want to say it. The landslide created a dam 4 to 5 kilometers thick and 703 to 788 meters, or 2,300 to 2,500 feet high. Dude, look. The mountains collapsed. The dam, 2,500 feet high. Because the mountain collapsed. And my gosh, that is a ton of collapse. The estimated 7 to 10 billion metric tons of dirt. The natural dam is roughly 10 times higher and about 1,100 times higher the mass of Madison County Canyon slide that created earthquake in the lake after Hebgen Lake. So, 1,100 times that, eh? Eh? Are you from Canada? No. In August 18th of 1959. That landslide dam up to 73 meters or 240 feet high and had an estimated mass of 73 million metric tons. Okay? So this is 7 to 10 billion metric tons of dirt. I mean, it's like half the freaking mountain came down. 2,500 feet high is the wall? My gosh, something happened. Like, that is mind-boggling. To have a mountain go down and collapse and fill in a valley 2,500 feet. Unfathomable. Yeah, I mean, there's no reference point. It's out my window. The top of the mountain that's behind me is 2,500 feet higher than me, or 2,000 feet higher. That's a bit, man. That's a bit. Wow. It must have been a narrow gorge and the overhang or something, and just 2,500 feet. Wow. I mean, it's 7.4, so it shook about 20 seconds. Don't know about the other, aftershocks and stuff. But that's freaking wild, man. I wonder if we can, let's check this out. I'm going to put it on GE and see if we can't find out where the hell that happened. Okay, the earthquake happened there. These mountains are way high. A pretty good collapse right there. It's a pretty steep canyon. There's Bart Tang right there. I mean, we can't even get to, there you go. See, the earthquake happened there. So I guess all of this is the collapse. There's a big lake right there. Oh, no, the dam. It created the dam. All right, let's check out the picture, eh? It created this lake. Oh. So it said 90 people creating Suarez Lake. The landslide is a dam 4 to 5 kilometers thick and 2,500 feet high. It's got to be this thing here, eh? So the whole top of the mountain, right? There's the Uso Dam right there. Yeah, it was up here and it just, whole freaking mountain collapsed. This is all the collapse right here. How the hell they get a boat up there, man? Can you believe that? I mean, these mountain peaks are pretty high. Imagine a mountain peak like way up there falling all the way down. It's like something just, yeah, the whole mountain just kind of collapsed. It's probably like way up there at the top. The whole thing just, wow, man. 2,500 feet. 2,500 feet's freaking quarter of a mile. No, half a mile. It looks like it sheared off. So it was probably another peak and it just sheared off from this and fell into this gorge and created this lake. You know? All of this is it. And you can see it coming through. Yeah. Wow. I mean, it must have just cracked straight up and then fell over. So you can see all of this. Like it sheared off and boom. But it's 2,500 feet high. So this is the dam right here. 2,500 feet. Man, I can imagine right there. That's the dam that was created. How tall was this mountain it fell over? Was it way up here? I mean, that's probably 2,500 feet, that high right there. It was just a river that went through. So when it collapsed, it made this lakes. Wow, man. See, this is it. This is the dam right here. And maybe there was one of these mountains that just sheared off and fell down. Wow, that's serious. Wow, I just mind-boggling. It says, wait a minute. The natural dam, roughly 10 times higher than and 1,100 times the mass of Madison County, created earthquake lake, like Hebgen Lake, Montana, in August 18, 1959. That landslide created a dam 240 feet high and an estimated mass of 73 metric tons. So 1,100 times bigger than that one. Yeah. Oh, man. I wonder if I can Hebgen Lake. GE. I've seen only on a map. I haven't seen. Let me do the earthquake. Earthquake history. USGS. Let me see. Yeah. There are some pictures of it. He's trying to find the epicenter. Epicenter's right here. All right. Copy. 7.2. It blocked the flow of Madison River, resulting in Quake Lake. Wow, they felt that damn thing in Puerto Rico and Hawaii. 7.2, my ass. No way. All right. There's the center of it. That's where the earthquake hit. There's the Madison River. It created this lake. So this is the natural dam, but they've worked the natural dam. Here's Earthquake Lake. All right. Maybe this, eh? Yeah, so that ain't nothing compared. Yeah, you can see a slide down here. Slide there, maybe. Yeah, nothing in comparison. I'm dumbfounded on that one. Wow. Wow. Shoot, howdy. Power outages in U.S. Pennsylvania still has 14,000 people out. Other states Like Virginia has 3,000. West Virginia has 8,000. Carolina has a couple thousand each. Kentucky, 45. Yeah, 4,500 people out of power. 8,000 out of West Virginia. Oh boy. Maryland has 7,800 people out. Jersey has 2,700. New York, 2,400. 3,300 in Massachusetts. And yeah, so this area really got walloped by that snowstorm. Storm index. Marginal down on Louisiana, Texas border. A little bit of stuff here. Looks like rain through the Nebraska, Missouri, Arkansas area right now, Oklahoma. Snow heading into Kentucky and the Virginias. And a little bit up in Wisconsin and into New York. Montana's got some snow, Colorado, South Dakota. A little bit in coming out of Arizona into New Mexico. We also have in the Pacific Northwest, got snow and rain in Oregon and tiny bit in Washington and tiny bit in Northern California. Looks like majority is in South Dakota and Nebraska. So, what do you got here? Just sort of looks like earthquake, like Hebron, just smaller. Yeah. This is Hebron. Yeah, just the collapse. You can see the collapse right here. Is that pick Hebron or no? There's a delay. Crazy. All right, let's go right into the volcano news today. Another big rig. Are they bringing in rocks? I don't know what the hell they're bringing down there. What the hell? According to Volcano Discovery, volcanoes that are active today, Etna volcano has made the news. Simiru, Ibu, Little Toby, Nevada del Ruiz. Santa Guido, farting in the wind, is gaseous. Nevada del Ruiz there in Colombia up to 21. It's from 17 then change. Ibu, 8,000. Ibu Dacono, both popping from 7 to 10, 12,000, back and forth. And Ibu's like 46, Dacono's like 36. I mean, Ibu might even be 48. They're under a mile high, but they're popping a mile high plus. So the strongest explosions that we've seen consistently have been out of Ibu and Dacono on the same island, and they're like 40 miles apart, and pretty crazy. And spectacular images of lava flowing all the way down its face. It's coming out the side. It isn't coming out it's coming out the edifice, not the very top. And so magma's coming out, and it's gooey, right? Pretty far out pictures. Etna volcano, you can see the lake right there, right? Here's the top. Let me see if I can open that up for you. And turn this one off. There we go. There you go. So here's the peak. You can see the lake on the top. This is coming out the side, kind of like what St. Helens did, out the side, but it hasn't collapsed. If it collapses, it's going to be a lot of magma come through. Kat, you never said where that picture was from. Was that Hebgen Lake? There you go. Just wanted to keep you updated there, okay? What happened? What the? All right. Yeah. Get notified every time somebody walks by the front door. It's just my honey. Simiru. 15. And that's not a lot. It's normal out of Simiru. It's a 12.3 going to 15. Indonesia, Java. Southern Java, okay? Nevada del Ruiz there in Colombia. South of Medellin. West? Yeah. West of the other main town. Okay? All right. I screwed that up. Okay, cool. I came back to it. Etna volcano, we just talked about it. 13,000. Explosive activity. It's just magma coming down the face. Eh? Shimmy. 15 normal. Little Toby looking for the seahorse. There it is in Indonesia, right? Probably 1,000 miles from Bali. 7,000 feet. A Little Toby, I want to say is 56? 55, yeah, 5,600 feet. So Little Toby's 56. Little Tolo's like over here. All right. So both of these are banging, but this is the more active one, so that didn't make the news. Ibu, again, 8,000 feet out of Ibu. 46 to 8. Etna, yep, ongoing explosive activity going on. And then that's it for the volcanoes. Looking at your earthquake history in the last 12 hours, remember most of the time in the evening I will do an update if you're here. If there's nobody on, whatever. Let me just zoom down right to there, and we'll go, 12 hours thereabouts. Something happened. 5-1. Oh, okay. Another 5. 2 5-1s. Wow. Strong earthquakes there in Santorini. Flores Sea popping over there in Indonesia, right in its region. But Santorini, a couple of 5.1s. 8 kilometers in depth. That's probably at the base of, it might be magma coming up. Yeah, I mean, they know this. There's harmonic tremors that are happening within all these things too. So, I think the magma sloshing around, and it might be that gooey stuff has been heating up. It might be heating up. I don't know why you said you're always on. Lurking. All right. Did I say something about Timmy? I don't recall. It might be that the gooey stuff down there is heated up so much so that it's become more liquidy. In the evening, yeah. At 6 o'clock my time, figure it out. So that's happening. We got a 4.0 in Chiapas, Mexico. Tonga popping with a 5.1 way out here. 4.2 Hindu Kush. Yeah, somebody's poppy plant blew up. Nepal came in with a 3.1 right afterward. Papua, Indonesia had a 4.2. Halmahera again, right with Ibu and Dakono, banging away at a 4.4. Mindanao, Philippines comes up. That's just north of Halmahera. 5.2, Bellini Islands region. 5.2, Bellini Islands region. down here, where the South Pole, magnetic South Pole is like right here, real close to that. All right. Just want to let you be aware of that. That's interesting to me. Something banging the electric magnetic South Poles. Don't want to do that too hard because it may register somewhere else in a bad thing. Kashmir up in the. It's interesting that because it was a big quake though, up there, Nepal, India, China border. That area has been super active over the last, I don't know, year and a half. More so than any other time that I remember in the last 5 years. Indonesia, Kepulauan, Singe, 4.1. Oh, Jalisco, Mexico. Oh, now looky what's happening now. All right? That 6.7 that happened here, look, what do you see? Ding, 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 ding. It might be that pressure is finally pushing through. We don't see too many, it's a 3.2. The only reason I bring it up because my pops is down there right now. Yeah. And he's right here. But what the hell? Hey, Conan, nice to see you, buddy. Interesting that we have activity down here now. Now, the Caribbean plate has been super busy. Costa Rica comes in at 3.7. Costa Rica, at Panama-Costa Rica border, when it bangs off, I'm looking up here in Cali, and sure enough, there's two bangers in Cali. They're not big ones, 2.1, and up here, Northern Cal, 2.6. But also, I'm looking right in this region, right? In the Delta region of not the the Bay of America, the Gulf of America, or the Gulf of California over here. That's Gulf of Mexico over here now. Okay. I will. Yeah, he'll be down here in April. Yeah. So yeah, Gulf of Cal. There it is. I just told you, right? Bang! There's a 3.9 in Gulf of California, right where I told you. Right. So, that's again. You see it repeated all the time. It's like, hey, wait a minute. Why is it? Anyway, Puerto Rico comes out at a 2.4. Central Peru popping with a 4.2. And to me, it's telling us that Caribbean plate is starting to because it got hit so hard, it got locked, and I think the lock is starting to break free. Baja California, another 3.5. Up in the Delta, the San Felipe crack. Woo! 4.2, Chiapas, Mexico. Still banging down there. Haiti popping with a 3. All right. Offshore Guerrero had a 3.9. Yeah. Mexico's getting a little bit active here, everybody. Colima, Mexico, 3.4. Now we're starting to see, like I said, after that 7.6, I was kind of a concern for Mexico, more so than South America. And I'm starting to see activity there. The Kermadec Islands came in with a 4.1 6 hours ago. down here. Now remember, Tonga just popped, right? Jalisco, Mexico again, 3.4. Oh shit, howdy, man. All right. Colima volcano is right in that region. I'm going to open up the Mexican channel. There we go. Look at the Mexican channel. Look at that. Cabo San Lucas banging away. Ding, 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 ding. Oh! Yeah. Here's Colima. Couple of earthquakes there, right? Couple of threes. Couple of twos, right? And this is only for 2 days, right, everybody? Here's Colima, but the volcano is right up in here. So, right there, I think. All these earthquakes being close to that volcano, not good. My pops is in Puerto Vallarta. And here's a couple of fours down here, right, in Guerrero. Then we have down here in Oaxaca, right? Then offshore, Chiapas, a 4.8, right? In Oaxaca, here's Chiapas, right? So you see the work through here to Veracruz. Up here, busy, 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 right? Just 2 days. Look at all the vibrations that happen in here in earthquakes. These are more than vibrations. Yeah. So sun is like ding, 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 right? Fours and a bunch of threes and a couple of twos. And here's Acapulco, south of Acapulco, Oaxaca, north of Oaxaca. Not Chichipango, but yeah, you got to wonder about that. And Michoacan, there is a 4 and a couple of threes and a 2 in the last 2 days. We don't see these so much because the USGS does not post these. Telemundo 96.3 96.3, right? There's a channel, man. I hear it. I heard it, man. 96.3. Radio channel, man. Come on now. And you can see what's happening in the Delta. Huh? All right. Back to it. Only 6 hours out. France, 2.3. Portugal, again. Couple of Portugal quakes, man, we're having. All right? That's not good right there, everybody. Prior to the 8s that happened 5 years apart in 1755, there was another earthquake that started the fire. Prior to the fire. Another earthquake that alerted everybody. I think it was a little bit north of them in Portugal there. And then the 8 happened offshore. And then the tsunami and the fire. And yeah. 1755 wasn't a good year for Portugal. Nice arc of earthquakes. Okay, anyway. France? Yeah, up in the mountains. Right? Right on the shore. Ding, ding, ding. I don't know if that'll register up in Ireland or the UK. They can get up to 5s up in the UK. Ding, 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 ding. Little Francies. Western Texas comes in with a 4.6. Boom. Aftershock? Huh? 10 kilometers in depth. Yeah. That happened 4 hours ago, everybody. 4.6. Banda Sea, 4.3. Baja California, again, 3.0. San Francisco Bay, 2.5. The Bering Strait, coming with a 3. that area right there, the Bering Strait, has been semi-active. I have to wonder why. Is it mid-Atlantic or the Atlantic, the mid-Atlantic hitting? I don't know, man. Papua, Indonesia comes into the fore, and that was 3 hours ago. Antofagasta, Chile, Western Xingzing, both got 4s 2 hours ago. The Sunda Strait, 3.5. Now we got to worry about Krakatoa. All right, Sunda Strait pops. When we get 5s in the Sunda Strait, Krakatoa starts to go off. 5.3 Greece 3 minutes ago, everybody. 5.3. One of the strongest quakes. It's the second strongest quake there in what? Mm-hmm. Oh, no, this one's off. 2.3, 3.2. They don't have it centered yet. Or is it that one? 2.7, the Diakonis. Felt earthquake, southern Greece 4 minutes ago. Okay? Southern Greece. Well, it's in that neighborhood. Strait of Gibraltar. Yeah, southern Greece. 18 people felt this one. Maps. Let's try to find it. Yeah, southern Greece. It's on the western side of Greece. Wait. Yeah, the western side of Greece. So, zoom out. Excuse me. 5.1s, right? Couple of 5s in this region. Notice how this is way southwest or east. A 5.1 and a 4.6, and this one is right in the pocket at a 5.1, right? It's spreading out. So let's see if we got something here. Yeah, good banger here. Greece, right? Crete even felt that one. On a Mexican radio. Whatever, man. Yeah. And there you have it. That's your world today. And remember, we just had that right here is where the earthquake happened on the other side of Greece. And we've already talked about all these. So, and you can see banger here. Pretty good little quake. It registered everywhere throughout Italy and Switzerland. Yeah. What else? Oh, sorry. But yeah, man, it's crazy. The White House is today saying that Musk has actual no formal authority. He's helping out the president. He's just a helper. Billionaire Elon Musk's role in the Trump administration as a White House employee and senior advisor to the president, and he's not an employee of the Department of Government Efficiency. He has no decision-making authority, the White House said in a court filing. Like he said, he's a proctologist. No, he's getting proctologized. He's getting an examination every day. He says, he's used to it. The weirdo. According to the file signed by Director of Office Administration in the White House, Musk can only advise the president and communicate the president's directives. Like other senior White House advisors, Musk has no actual formal authority to make governmental decisions. Fisher's filing made in a case brought against Musk by the New Mexico said that Musk was not an employee of the U.S. Department of Government Efficiency Service or the U.S. Department of Government Service Temporary Organization, and added, Mr. Musk is not the U.S. Dodge Service Administrator. Oh, you're on a toilet? Hope you're feeling well. Light a match. Wait, maybe you don't want to light a match. Methane. Plop. Anyhow, Mr. Dodge has swept through federal agencies since Donald Trump has begun his second term of office. I think the boy needs to watch out, man. Sit on a pot and get his hair in it. I don't know. He said his hair goes past his ass. Dodge has swept through federal agencies. Donald Trump began a second term as president last month. Put Musk and chief executive caretaker of Tesla in charge of rooting out wasteful spending as part of a dramatic overhaul of government. That has included thousands of job cuts. Again, it is dangerous, man. He's got to get a damn haircut. You little pervert. Prevert. You're just a prevert. Most people don't know that about what they're no way. Stay away from my hair. Damn hippies. Yeah. You pass out, you're not going to have whipped cream. You're going to have Nair. So you slap your own face with it. I didn't cut your hair. Might put some Nair in a ball cap. Put it on your head. Oops. Oh boy. Keep Clem away from me. I know, right? Yeah. Well, yeah. Boy. Timmy may not come back. These damn boys cut my hair. Holman Blast, AOC, she's teaching illegals how to evade ICE arrest. You know what that's called? It's called interference. AOC can go to frickin' jail. You know? President Donald Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, fired back at Representative Cortez, suggesting he is illiterate, calling him the dumbest congresswoman ever, elected to Congress to working to teach criminals, aliens, on how to evade immigration and custom enforcement arrest. Well, Russia's saying it's unlikely that Trump and Putin will have a meeting this month. And it's kind of sad, to tell you the truth. That means more people are going to die. The U.S. Trump did talk to the queer over there, Macron. They did talk to him. So, what the hell is going on outside? All right. Okay, walking his dog. Right on. All right. So, it's a good thing that we're auditing the nation, so. Pretty good little popper there in Peru right now. Probably 4.5, maybe a 5 in Peru. Bolivia has a Bolivia feels just a bit, so it's southern Peru. Chile has got some noise. Kind of looks like volcanic noise or something like that. But Switzerland, little banger in Switzerland, not a whole lot. That's going to be, man. The mountain snow, right? Avalanches and stuff. But Texas, doing its thing, 4.6. They're calling it White City, New Mexico. It's actually in Texas, near that epicenter of that 5 they had the other day. So the push is on. We'll see. Everybody have a good day. Remember, don't get none on you. 10 o'clock here in the West. And, I watched the other Nick Zentner video, and I don't think it didn't have enough content for y'all to be really interested in it, but the other one really was good. And but we'll be talking about that stuff here shortly. And Professor Canuck and myself are planning a nice rabbit hole series. So be aware of that. We've been planning. We've been planning something for you. So hang in there. You can watch this one. The rabbit hole was created to dive deeper into subjects that needed further examination. Hi, I'm Joe, and my guest and I will take you on a journey of discovery and exploration. We will provide insight and theories regarding the subjects we discuss. Come join us live at joeslicklive.locals.com, or you can join us on Facebook or Twitch or YouTube. Thanks, and look forward to seeing you. And remember, don't get none on you. You can subscribe, like, and follow, and share. And remember, come back to the morning report. I'm live about 7 a.m. my time. Generally, I try to wait for the California people because they're late to the party all the time. They come in about 8 o'clock my time. So depending on what happens, like this morning I was helping a neighbor, which I'm going to go out there and see what's what. Be careful, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Join the rabbit hole tomorrow night. Remember that. Tomorrow night. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Got new stuff coming down the pipe, so got to work on that today and, change what was in chat. I know, but I noticed it way back, but it's just, I got to edit them things. Takes time. It does. Anyway, big hugs, y'all. Don't get none on you. And have a wonderful day. Love you.